of Soulful East with Lisa J. How are you all doing this fine Sunday afternoon? It is a beautiful afternoon here in San Diego, and we're going to show you how to make some delicious beef tips and noodles in the crock pot today. Excuse me. Guess you're wondering where your girl has been. She's been here, there, everywhere. Had a lot going on. My baby girl graduated from high school, so I had to take a little hiatus. A lot going on, but I'm back now. We're gonna get going. I'm gonna show you guys how to do things and get it going. So today we're going to do our beef tips in the crock pot. And as you can see, I have me some nice stew beef tips here that I just got at the store. We're going to add some extra wide egg noodles in there, and that's going to be at the very end. We're going to do our au jus brown gravy mix, and for my watchers that have high blood pressure, I got the low sodium version. If you want to use the one that's not low sodium, you can do that too, but we want to keep an eye on those people who have high blood pressure. Don't want nobody raising their blood pressure up and falling out. And then for a little extra flavor, we're going to do some onion soup mix to give it a kick it up. And at the very end, toward the end of our cooking, we're going to put us some regular white mushrooms. So let's get going. Stay tuned. Show you how to get this going. Okay, welcome back. So I am going to start off my beef tips and noodles by rinsing off my stew meat that I got. And for any of my viewers that watch, you know I always rinse off anything I get from the store, meat-wise. So we're going to rinse it off because it's been in the store, it's been in the blood. I don't like that, so we're going to rinse that off. I have it in my strainer. Once we get that done, we're going to transfer this over into our crock pot. Now put all this meat in here. Break it up. And you don't really need to do anything because it's already cut up. Try to find some that don't look like it's like dinosaur meat. You know, so it don't take a long time to cook. This is going to take approximately 6 hours. 6 hours to cook on high. If you want it to go longer, you can do 8 hours on low. But I'm going to do mine about 6 hours, maybe 6.5 hours on high. To this meat, we are going to add our au jus. That's going to give us a gravy type texture. And we're just going to sprinkle that. And this is a quick, easy meal. This is not like you need to be in the kitchen all day standing up over this. You just sprinkle this over like so. Again, make sure you coat all of your meat. Put our au jus in. Now we're going to put in our brown gravy mix, 1 packet. Now sprinkle that on top of there. And you say, Lisa, what kind of liquid? Because I don't see you put no liquid in there. We're going to put 1 cup of water. That's what's going to give us our gravy texture that's going to coat our meat and our noodles. Now, since I want to kick mine up a bit, you don't have to do this, but I'm going to do it because I like my food to be seasoned. I like have flavor. I'm going to put in 1 packet of onion soup mix. That's why I got the brown gravy mix that was low sodium, because the au jus is salty. This is also salty. We don't want to over salt it. So now we're going to put 1 packet of this in. We're going to put our water in. We're going to set it, forget it, go out, do what we need to do, and we're going to come back and we're going to check on this, and we're going to see what kind of yummy goodness we got going on in this crock pot. And as you see, the onion soup mix has the little dry onions in there, and it's got seasoning and spices, and we're going to pour that over the top. Okay. And then we're going to put 1 cup of water in. You say, Lisa, why don't you use something like beef broth? Okay, well, beef broth has salt. You want your food to be over salty? You want your company and your guests talking about they got a headache when they get up from your dinner table? You put that beef broth in here. I'll cover it up with that water. And then we're going to mix it. I'm going to take a spoon. We're going to mix this all up. Make sure everything is coated. Okay, and it looks like this. And during the cooking process, if this looks like it needs a little bit more liquid, you can always add a little bit more water if you want more gravy. So we're going to put this on. I'm going to set it for about 6.5 hours on high. Put the top on. We're going to come back and we're going to check and see what we got in 6.5 hours, and I guarantee you're going to have something really good in your crock pot. Stay tuned. Okay, so I got my meat in here, all my ingredients in my crock pot. I got it set for 6 hours and 30 minutes on high. I'm going to put my top on. I'll set it, forget it, go do some other things. I'll come back in 6 hours and 30 minutes, but about halfway through, I'm going to put in my mushrooms, which I'm going to cut in half, put in here. If you choose not to put those in, if you don't like mushrooms, you don't have to, but my family likes mushrooms to give it a little bit more texture, a little bit more flavor. We're going to add these in about halfway through. So right now, we're going to set it and forget it, come back and check on me in about 3 hours. Okay, welcome back. As I said, our meat has been on now for maybe about 4 hours, 4.5 hours. And look at all of this beautiful gravy and juice it's made. And I also added in some button mushrooms that I cut in half. Put those in there. They're nice and soft. We're going to let this continue to cook. And about another 2 hours, we're going to have our beef tips and noodles. I have my noodles cooking on my stove over here. We're going to dump those in. Once we get nice and tender noodles, we're going to dump them in our crock pot, let them cook, toss it all together. We're going to have a nice meal. Also going to serve up some sauteed spinach. I got spinach, and we're going to serve that on the side as our greenery. So hang tight with me. Be right back. Okay, so I got my meat in here, all my ingredients in my crock pot. I got it set for 6 hours and 30 minutes on high. I'm going to put my top on. I'll set it, forget it, go do some other things. I'll come back in 6 hours and 30 minutes, but about halfway through, I'm going to put in my mushrooms, which I'm going to cut in half, put in here. If you choose not to put those in, if you don't like mushrooms, you don't have to, but my family likes mushrooms to give it a little bit more texture, a little bit more flavor. We're going to add these in about halfway through. So right now, we're going to set it and forget it, come back and check on me in about 3 hours. Okay, welcome back. As I said, our meat has been on now for maybe about 4 hours, 4.5 hours. And look at all of this beautiful gravy and juice it's made. And I also added in some button mushrooms that I cut in half. Put those in there. They're nice and soft. We're going to let this continue to cook. And about another 2 hours, we're going to have our beef tips and noodles. I have my noodles cooking on my stove over here. We're going to dump those in. Once we get nice and tender noodles, we're going to dump them in our crock pot, let them cook, toss it all together. We're going to have a nice meal. Also going to serve up some sauteed spinach. I got spinach, and we're going to serve that on the side as our greenery. So hang tight with me. Be right back. Hey, welcome back. We are almost done with our beef tips and our noodles. Added in the mushrooms, looking really good. Everything is cooked all down. Got a nice gravy. Last component to this is we're going to dump our noodles, which I've pre-boiled already. I'm gonna dump those in here. We're gonna let this continue to cook for maybe about another hour, because these noodles are not done all the way through. They're just kind of al dente, which means they're like just little past being like hard. We don't want them hard. So we're gonna let this get in here with all that gravy. Stir it up. Leave it on for about another hour, and then you're going to have a delicious meal to serve to your family for a Sunday afternoon. Just mix that all around like that. Get that gravy going in there. Break them up like that. Meat is falling apart. Looks very, very, very tender. Gonna also do some sauteed spinach, which I'm gonna throw on my wok in a minute. We're gonna serve that as a side, as an accompaniment. Gotta have a veggie, gotta have a veggie. That's all I can say. Green is healthy. Just gotta have some vegetables. So I'm gonna put the top back on this. Let this finish up, and I'm gonna show you the finished product. Just hang tight with me. All right, we are done with our beef tips and noodles. This is our finished product in our crock pot. Has a lot of rich flavor from all the spices and things that we put in there from those gravy packets and from the au jus. I added the mushrooms in. Noodles. This meat, when I tell you this meat is fall apart, delicious. Even somebody that don't have teeth can eat this. If you can't eat this, something's wrong with you. Because this meat is delicious. Nice and tender. Make sure you get a piece of meat that is tender. If you get some tough meat, it's not going to come out right. This is delicious. Over here, I garnished it up with a little parsley on top. We're ready to eat our dinner here at the Jackson residence, and we are going to say peace out for tonight. I have missed you guys. I know you guys have missed me. I've been gone for a while, but I'm back now. So I want you guys to tune in. I'm going to be putting videos out more frequently, more often. And as always, like and subscribe. Please tell all your friends to watch my channel. Please, I need the viewership. And as always, I love you guys. Like and subscribe. Thank you. Have a good evening.